right, James, there's somebody we know, okay, but we don't want to blow up his spot.
It's a very pleasant voice.
Yeah, because of these, these damn European socialists. You know, he had a question about the, I guess the knuckle dusters, brass knuckles, as a viable, I guess, self-protection tool. Obviously, I think we sort of know the answers already. But what are your thoughts on this thing that we would never ever use or do anything with?
There's three weapons that are specifically denied in annotated codes of American states. One of them is a switchblade, a mechanical, easy opening knife. It's an assassin's weapon. The other one is the nunchakus, because a lot of these codes were brought up to date in the early 1970s, and you got the influence of like all the Asian martial arts BS.
Yeah, Bruce.
And the other one is the knuckle duster, which is sometimes called that in annotated codes, the knuckle duster. One, it's concealable. You can arm up before you get it out of your pocket. When you use that, you don't have any of the problems of striking upper gate.
Oh yeah.
With the fist. So when you wear a knuckle duster, you're punching like you're wearing a boxing glove. You're punching in a way that would be incorrect for the bare fist,
right?
Because it's sticking out here or here. Depends on how you tuck it up under there.
Yeah.
Now, if you're in a position where you have to use a knuckle duster,
no.
You want to use it to rake the face.
Oh no.
Okay, use it to rake the face. If you punch somebody in the skull with this, they could die very easily from a direct edema. Okay, If you punch them in the jaw, this thing is going to make you like you actually know how to punch. It's going to magnify your punch, and hitting the jaw with a knuckle duster is either going to cause a broken jaw, which could be a lawsuit, or it's going to cause enough shock to knock the person down. You will usually be attacked on pavement. If they go down from a headshot, there's a likelihood that their head slingshots, and then they die of an edema to the skull. If you use this thing inside of your house, you're going to prison again, because if you hit them in the head, which is going to be more and more likely based on the young age and the late bone structure of the type of people that are going to do a home invasion.
What? No.
It's skinnies that do this kind of stuff. And they might come from any continent, but they're skinnies.
They're not American.
Okay, so what I recommend if you're going to use the knuckle duster for defense is to rake the face. That way maybe you could break a nose, maybe you could catch an eye orbit. It's not going to kill anybody, but for the nose and the eye are very sensitive amongst people that aren't contact oriented, who haven't done a lot of fighting, which is going to be most of your attackers. If you're going to use it for a power shot, you want to do a taekwondo punch, a karate punch. You want to punch to the body. You want to punch for the bottom rib, and you're going to snap that sucker off. Okay.
Oh no.
So that's the kind of injury that's not going to endanger anybody's life. Doesn't knock them out. In fact, it's going to get them to curl, which means you can now walk away. They're not going to be able to chase you with a broken floating rib.
Interesting.
So I would punch the rib under the heart. Okay, don't punch up here. You want to punch this floating rib right here, which Ed Jones kicked off of my body like 42 years ago, and it healed on top of the bottom stable rib.
Most Americans can't even find that floating rib because they can't see it. It's under too much stuff.
So you want to hit that. You want to hit that rib, and even if he's a fat dude, if you got brass knuckles on, as long as you're hitting under the arm here, it's not a lot of fat there, because most of fat, because of gravity, sags underneath of it. That's what keeps them from sinking, so the shark can enjoy sushi and eat them alive while they're still screaming.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would use the brass knuckle to rake and then punch the body. You rake, the hands come up, and then you can bust a rib on either side. If you're a lefty, bust this rib over here, over the liver. Just crack that thing. You punch downward.
Interesting.
That protects your hand.
It's ironic that this thing that allows you to punch like, Tyson potentially, you'd want to use it more like the way karate or Asian style does, with open hand strike, not power strike to the head, and like power shots to the body. That's
and if you get in
interesting.
trouble, you can hammer fist
Yeah,
here.
right. The
power
clavicle.
bone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So interesting. It's very interesting. It's kind of like, you know, but we would never use that because also it's, as he was saying, if you, it's more the symbolic nature of these items more than their actual effectiveness or their actual thing. It's that they look scary, kind of like the whole thing with gun control with the scary assault rifle. You know, there's also assault rifle.
Yeah, a stone or a brick is going to do the same thing.
Yeah. So anyway, but that's for my friends somewhere in the socialist wasteland of Europe.
Oh, and just for him, I drank almost a case of natural white beer, the worst American white beer.
This dude can drink the best, but he can mostly drink the worst because it's cheap.